Hi everyone, it's Molly and Christina here. This is our first channel, our first video today. We're here to share our stories. Christina and I both have Crohn's disease. We both have ileostomies, and we're just really excited to share our journey, share our stories, get vulnerable, get real and authentic, and welcome. We're really excited. It's called Crohn's Talk, Belly Laughs and Battles. So I'm going to start to share my story, and then Christina will share hers after. Okay, so I'm 37 years old, and when I was 17, I started having really, really bad stomach aches. And the doctors just had no idea what was going on. They did multiple tests, multiple scans, blood tests, and they just had no idea. So finally, after a year, I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. And I go into the doctor's office and they say, you have the worst case of Crohn's we've ever seen in our entire career of 20 years. I'm like, why didn't you know this before? Anyways, so they figure that out and they say, I think down the road, you're going to have to remove your intestines and get a bag. And at 17 years old, I couldn't believe that would be an option. And I said no. So I decided to go on a bunch of meds. I was on steroids. If you have been on steroids, you know how hard that can be. I was actually feeling better for a while, and then it got really bad. I lost a bunch of weight. I was down to 80 pounds. They thought I was going to die, basically. I kept going to the ER because I had multiple problems. I couldn't eat. I would drink water and I would kneel over in pain. And I really started to lose the hope. And I remember that doctor saying about the ileostomy and shutting down the system. And that was my last resort. So I went to get the ileostomy. I don't know how I went to the doctor's office, got a surgery, but I did. And after that, I started to feel better. I started to gain my weight back. I started to go out and do stuff and start living my life. However, I would look down and see this bag attached to my stomach. And so I really started to learn how to love my body, because I started to really not like my body. I didn't want to leave my house. I didn't want to go out with friends. I didn't want to date because there was a bag connected to my stomach that was filled with poop. So anyways, I went through this long journey of healing emotionally and physically. And 17 years later, I still have the bag. And I've been able to hike, do yoga, exercise, live my life. I have a lovely boyfriend. I've dated a bunch, and it's really got my life back. So now I've made the final decision to take out my rectum and colon and have my ileostomy for a lifetime. And what I do is I just hold myself and hug myself through the pain and fear and, thank my body, because I think I went through a period of time where I was scared of my body. I didn't know what was going on. I was scared to be alone. I was scared of my body. I was scared of what was going to come up. I didn't know how to help it. And now I'm able to be on the same team as my body. And so I can make this big decision in getting the big surgery, and that's happening in a few weeks. So I've been through so much. I thought that I didn't have any more tears to cry because I've cried so many tears, but it's really given me this sense of gratitude for my life. And I always tell myself, okay, Molly, put on your big girl panties, because it can get really, really hard. But it can also be really amazing that something like an ileostomy, in our view of having it not be the prettiest, can actually save a person's life. But I want to help you before you have to get to that part, before you have to get to the time of getting an ileostomy. And if I had the tools and the resources and the knowing and awareness back then, 17 years ago, maybe I'd be in a different place right now. But I believe everything happens for a reason, and maybe I'm doing this video to help someone like you to just know that someone else is out there going through similar things as you are, and we're here for you, and you're not alone. So I'm excited for this, and I'm excited to work with Christina, and thank you for being here.
Thanks, Molly.
So my goal in this video is to, like I said earlier, is just hold space for you. Like, it can get really hard and it can feel like you just want to end your life and be done. And I'm here to tell you that there is hope and there is light. And what I do is I always look at the moon and I always look at the stars. And if I can see the stars light and the moon's light, I know that there's more light in me. And that gives me the hope to want to keep going. And in those darkest of times, I want to be there for you to help you to want to keep going. And in the greatest of times, to be there with you, to feel the excitement with you. So we all have emotions, they're all normal. And I just want to be there through all your emotions. And my goal is to give you some tools and tricks that I wished I knew 17 years ago to not be in where I am now, but I'm here for a reason. So I just want to help in any way that I can.
Yes, I completely understand and feel your story so much, Molly. I know it's hard to be open and vulnerable and share everything. So,
And it's like our life has been 20 years of this, and it's hard to share in just a few minutes, but yeah, Crohn's disease is one heck of a dis-ease because our bodies aren't happy in some way. But I mean, I don't think I would have met you if I didn't have Crohn's. So
no, we wouldn't have. CCFA. Thank you.
Yeah. Right. Tell us about you.
All right, so I'll go into my story a little bit. So I started getting sick at 19 and I was diagnosed with Crohn's at 21 and I'm 42 now. So I've been living with Crohn's for about 23 years. And when I first got sick, I was looking for natural remedies. You know, there wasn't anything called gluten-free or paleo, or there wasn't mindfulness back in the day. But today we're living in a different world. And I often say, if I knew then what I know now, my life would be very different. And that's very similar to what Molly was saying. So, and that's one of the main reasons we want to start this channel is, hey, hopefully we can provide some insight or share concerns or help prevent someone from getting to where we're at and where we had to go to based on medical and natural availability at that time. So I have met people with this illness over the course of my journey and have realized that there are many different types and severities of this disease. So I unfortunately, like Molly, have a very severe case. So I've had about 23 surgeries and a permanent ileostomy. The surgery she's about to do in a couple weeks here is one that I already did about 10 years ago. I've lived in 3 different states while dealing with this. I do my best not to let it stop living my life. You know, sometimes it can be overwhelming or frustrating and scary. But after each of those times, like I pulled myself out of that hole and realized that I can do anything that I want to do. I just have to plan a little more than the normal person. So I've done, 6 half marathons with the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. I scuba dive, I skydived, I backpacked throughout certain parts of the world, went to college, had a great, but demanding job at a large corporation, got married, had a son, like all while living with this debilitating disease. So I say that as you can do anything you put your mind to. You really can. So our mental state is critical and huge in overcoming what this disease can do to you. So I've learned it's all about the mindset while dealing with this. The journey has many ups and downs, as life does in general. But I try to focus on the glimmers instead of the triggers to get to where I want to be in life. I currently live outside of Austin, Texas, with my husband and our 6-year-old son and our 2 cats, and I'm very grateful to have such a supportive friends and family around me during the times that I needed. I just went through 2 blockages and 2 surgeries over the last 7 months. And so when I say, hey, you know, you can overcome it, you hit that dark spot, but your mindset to get you over that hump and get back to real life, it really is critical. And then my goal, so Molly mentioned her goal for her channel, for the channel, and I also have a similar goal. So I wanted to be able to help people. And honestly, like if someone's newly diagnosed, that's where you can really have the most impact, you know, and chance of healing, and motivation, and not make the same mistakes that I did. And to be able to influence someone's life in a positive manner and how they deal with or how they think about Crohn's, and hopefully being able to provide some insights or ideas that might help people. I can't say get into remission legally, but to help them get into a better spot with their Crohn's, or just let someone know that they aren't alone out there dealing with this. So it can be a scary, lonely journey. So if this channel can give one person guidance or a feeling of belonging or a laugh, that's my ultimate goal too. So
Yay, well, welcome. This is our first one, and it's super vulnerable and scary, but I think it's actually really, really exciting. And I've been dreaming about this for a really long time. We've talked about this for years, and I hope that at least one person can watch this and share a laugh or even a cry.
yeah. And our plan is to, like, once a week, have a video that has some kind of topic that we get asked about, you know, whether it's dating or diet or natural remedies or mental state or whatever it is. That is our goal. So keep a lookout for new videos as we keep producing them as time goes on. And if you have anything that you want to know about or you want us to talk about, always feel free to send us a message and we would be more than happy to get on it and have a topic about that on one of our episodes.
Okay.
All right. Thanks everyone for joining.
Bye, Christina. Love you.
I love ya.